Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sophie and I would love it if you click that big red subscribe button down below. I talk about language learning a lot and I also make travel videos when I am actually traveling. But yeah, if you're interested in any of those types of videos, then definitely make sure to click that big red subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell as well so that you never miss a video. So this video is my summer language learning plan. I asked on Instagram if any of you would be interested in seeing this and you all said yes. Well, not every single person, but out of everybody who voted, you all said yes. So here it is. And it's actually the second time I'm filming this, as the first time it was very rambly, but the first time I decided to create the plan with you. This time I'm just gonna, no. This time I've got the plan written down and it should be a whole lot more smoother, hopefully. But yeah, if you're wondering why you would listen to like my summer language learning plan, hi, I'm Sophie, I've said that already, but I'm studying German, Spanish and French at university, and currently I've just finished a semester abroad in Lyon in France, and yeah, that's the end of my third year and I've got the summer holidays now, and then in September I will go and do my final year at university, which is the part that, you know, weighs the most. It weighs 2/3 of my degree, so obviously I want to be kind of prepared for that, which is why, although I do want to take some time to relax this summer, I also want to take some time to work on my languages, and I believe it's important to work on our languages, as I do find even once I get to like a more advanced level, I forget stuff less easily, but I still forget stuff in those languages if I don't. The knowledge is all still there, but I just need to every so often just, you know, refresh it or just practice speaking to somebody. I definitely find that when I don't speak a language for a while and I speak it again, I just pause a lot more, make a lot more ums, which I shouldn't be doing anyway because it just makes it so obvious that I'm an English speaker when I do that. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make myself a plan this summer to follow so I can make sure that, you know, I get everything done that I need to get done and that my languages improve. And, you know, I thought some of you might be interested in that plan as well. So, well, clearly you were because you voted yes. But yeah, this is my summer language learning plan. Okay, so just very quickly, before I share with you all my language learning plan, I thought I would just talk you through some of the things that I thought about, that I took into account to help me come up with my language learning plan, and that will be good for you to all to think about when coming up with your language learning plan, as obviously my language learning plan isn't going to be the best language learning plan necessarily for you. Everybody's going to have their own plans that are going to, their own things that are going to work well for them. So yeah, if you don't want to see that, then just skip to when I actually share my plan. The timestamps are down below, but I thought this would be useful maybe, so I'm including it. So the first thing to think about is for anybody learning more than one language like myself, and that is, how do you want to spread out your time amongst each of your different languages? You know, do you want to spread that time out equally, or, you know, is there one language that you think maybe needs a bit more work because maybe, you know, that's a newer language that you've picked up more recently, or maybe it's just one that you've always kind of struggled with a bit, or, you know, is there a specific reason that you want to work on another language? Or, you know, have you got a trip coming up somewhere soon, or have you got a test, an exam that you need to pass? So obviously you need to think about that. For me personally, I want to spend roughly the same amount of time on each of my languages, as I am studying them all at university, and I have focused more on the weaker languages in the past. So I focused more on French and Spanish in the past because they were weaker when I first started university, and I feel like my German hasn't really improved at all because of that, and I'm not even sure if French and Spanish are weaker than my German anymore. So now I want to like focus on them all kind of evenly, but maybe put a bit more practice on Spanish speaking, because bit more emphasis, that's the correct word, on Spanish speaking, because I have a big presentation coming up in September, like a 30-minute long presentation in Spanish, and I've never spoken that long in Spanish, and it's worth a whole module. So And of course, another really important thing to think about is, what do you want to focus on, you know, within that language? And when thinking about this, it's good to think about what do you want to be able to achieve in that language, but also, you know, and also, are there any areas within that language that you struggle with? For example, do you struggle to build up the confidence to have a conversation with someone? Then maybe you should really focus on speaking practice, and, you know, maybe download an application, an app for, you know, talking to natives. And yeah, for what you want to achieve in that language, do you want to know this language because you just want to speak to natives when you're traveling? For example, maybe you just want to learn Spanish because you want to backpack around South America and Central America. Then if that's the case, you don't really need to focus any time on reading. You just need to kind of focus on, you know, grammar, so that you have the tools there to form your own sentences, and, you know, maybe the type of vocab that you would use, and conversation practice and listening practice. Whereas if you're like me and you're studying languages at university, you need to be able to, you know, read, write, you know, you need to know how to do everything in that language. Or, you know, if you're learning languages for your job, then what do you need to be able to do in that job? Do you need to be able to write emails? Then maybe you would like to focus a lot on writing. So yeah, you've got lots of things to take into account there. But yeah, that's it for this part of the video. Let's move on to the next part, where I actually share with you my plan. Okay, so I've typed up my language learning plan onto Notion. So if you see me looking at my laptop, that is why. It's just so that I don't miss anything. I mean, really, I shouldn't forget anything, because, you know, this is the plan that I am following this summer, so I shouldn't have to check it, and because, you know, I should be following this plan. And I mean, this is the second week of following it, although I haven't actually followed it at all yet this week. But wait, that's just because I've been busy the last few days, because I literally just got out of quarantine from returning to from having returned to the UK from France. And it's okay, because I told myself that I am going to have 3 days, like at least 3 days per week. So yeah, I've still got 3 days left, more than 3 days left this week, so it's fine. And yeah, the reason I told myself that, and I've done that, is because I want to have a day per language. And if I did it, you know, 6 days, that's 6 days in the week. That's more than, you know, an average job where you work 5 days in a week. And I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. And, you know, this is the summer holidays as well. I want to take some time to relax. And also, I've also got some other projects to do. I've got 2 projects to do. One's in French and one's in Spanish. These are for university. But I want to have, like, days where I'm just working on each of my languages, and it's not as part of those projects. So I've done that. I think that's good, and I want to have a day where I focus on each language separately, so I can really just focus in that language as much as possible, you know, spend that day trying to immerse myself in that language. In the past, previously, I've been like, oh, in the morning I'll do Spanish, and then I'll do some German, and I'll do some French. But I don't know, you can get a bit of a mess, and then if I spend too much time on one language and then someone else comes up, then I'd end up completely missing out one of my languages, because then it'll be like 8 PM and I'll be like, oh, you know what, now I'm tired, I'm going to bed. So, well, not to bed, I don't go to bed at 8 PM, but I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna watch YouTube or Netflix in bed and then go to bed later. But you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why I've decided to do that, and I think that's a good idea. I don't know if you think that's a good idea, but I mean, so far it's working, but it hasn't been very long. I'll let you know in the future if it's still working, if it does work. So yeah, now what I am going to be doing for each of these days and for each of my languages, I have created the exact same plan for each of my languages, because like I said, where I'm studying them all at university, I need to work on the same things in each of my languages, really. I need to be able to do all the same things, and I also kind of want to spread my time out equally between each of my languages. Like I said, my actual plan. So it starts with an hour's worth of working on grammar. I have now got grammar books for each of my languages, so I'm happy about that. They're all by like different like publishers and stuff, so we'll see which ones I prefer. But yeah, go over grammar for an hour each day, so I'm gonna be like reading through the explanations in the grammar books at my own pace and doing the exercises and correcting them myself. And then if there is anything that I don't quite get, what I'm going to do is I'll ask a native speaker if they can help me, just explain. I have got some friends who are native speakers of each of the languages that I'm studying, but I have also heard a lot of good things about this app called Hi Native. So I think I downloaded it already, I'm not sure, but I haven't used it yet. But when something comes up, I might turn to that app and I might be like, my grammar book says this is wrong, I don't get why. Can anybody explain? I don't know. I think that's how that app works from what I've heard other creators on YouTube say about it, and I've heard a lot of creators on YouTube talk about it, so that's why I've downloaded it. I think I've downloaded it. I don't know. It was definitely on my list of stuff to download. If not, I'm gonna download it after I finish filming this video because I need to start including that in my plan. And then after that, I've got to read an article and note down any vocabulary, and after that I've got to do 30 minutes of just listening to news articles on Euronews, and again writing down any vocabulary. I have a vocabulary book, so I write it down in there, and every time that I watch a new article or I read or watch a new news clip or I read a new article, I literally I write down the title of it and the date as well, I think. I can't remember. I write down the title anyway, and I just note down all the words that I don't know. And what I love about Euronews as well, I've spoken about Euronews a lot on my channel. It's not, for learning languages, it's just a news company. Can't think of the correct name to use, but they have the video and then they have like a piece of text under each video, and sometimes it's not exactly the same, but it still explains like all of the same points. So I could go through the text afterwards and check that I've actually understood the video, and that's also when I stop and write down new words, because I can actually see how the words are written. I can copy and paste them into a dictionary. I know that I'm not accidentally typing in a different word if I'm trying to spell it myself, because my spellings aren't the best in any of my languages. So that's what I like to do. Yeah, the reason I've chosen to watch news clips and I haven't put 30 hours on Netflix is because the news clips are more similar to the stuff that we would have in our listening exams at university, and I also think it tends to be a bit more similar to the type of stuff that you would have in other exams, not in university as well. Just from my experience of having studied German in Germany, and it was a course like German is a foreign language in Germany before I went to university, and we did like a practice B1 exam, B1 exam at the end of the course. Everybody had to do that to go up to the B2 class. It weren't official, but I did that, and yeah, I think it was better suited. That type of videos is better suited for short videos like that, better suited for preparing for listening exams in general than Netflix. But I have included Netflix in my plan. But the thing is, I probably don't even need to really include it in my plan, because I always end up watching stuff on other languages than Netflix anyway. Because, to be fair, there are some shows that I love. I think my all-time favourite show on Netflix is Dark, which is a German show. So, yeah. I've put on there an hour's worth of Netflix, although I'm not going to time that exactly, to the hour. And then I've put 1 hour of I've put Tandem because that's the app that I'm using at the moment, but this could also be HelloTalk. Just 1 hour of using an app to talk to people. And to be fair, I haven't followed this 1 hour on Tandem so far. I'm really bad at using the Tandem app unless I've actually scheduled a video call with someone. I'm really bad. I'm bad at replying to texts on there. So if any of you have actually seen me on that app before and I haven't replied to you, I'm sorry. Just try messaging me again another time. Maybe I wasn't busy. I don't know. But I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying, because it is really beneficial. And the next thing I've put, well, the very last thing I've put is revise the vocabulary that I learn each day. Usually in the past I've revised vocabulary by, you know, typing it all into Anki and then going through it all in Anki, but then it's not just going to be the vocabulary that I've learned each day, because words will be coming up again that Anki's decided that, you know, I need to look over. And also I just find it effort sometimes typing stuff up onto Anki. After I've typed stuff up onto Anki, I don't want to learn the words until the next day. I'm like, oh no, I've just spent an hour typing that all up. Like, so what I'm gonna do instead, or what I should have done, sorry, someone is racing down my street right now on a motorbike apparently. But yeah, what I should do is, and what I wanted to do but haven't done yet, but I really need to do, is just to look over the words and try and put them in sentences. I feel like that's a good way to learn as well, because I definitely noticed that I remember words more the more I hear them and the more that I use them in either my writing or my speaking. So I want to, you know, go over them, try saying some sentences aloud, writing some sentences aloud, maybe do look for a right check, I don't know, but really truly I want to focus on putting each word into a sentence, and not a sentence that, you know, comes up as an example in a French or Spanish dictionary. They're great to look at for me to understand how the word is used, but I want to come up with my own sentence. And now there's a car alarm going off. So in total, I think that works out about 5 hours. I'm not sure. Wait, let me work out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's like 4.5, 5 hours. I'm not too sure, as I didn't put down a time for revising vocabulary and also for reading an article, because I guess it is going to depend on how long the article is and also how many words I have to look back over. So yeah, but I'm guessing it's not going to be any more than 5 hours, which I think is nice, because it's summer, I want to relax, and also like our brains just need time to go over stuff. We can only take so much time in, and obviously I'm going to be having breaks between that as well. I'm not just going to be sitting down 5 hours straight getting it all done. So I think that's alright. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below, because sorry, a car's just decided to stop outside my house playing music. But yeah, that's the end of this video. So if you did find it useful and you enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button down below. It does really help me out. And yeah, comment down below what languages you hope to learn or are learning. If you have a language learning plan, if it's working for you, any tips, if you got any tips, I don't know. Yeah, I like having a little chat in the comments with you anyway, so I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! I just need to tell